Let's say hello to Brandon Nimmo of the New York Mets. Brandon, what will you remember more from last night? Getting in-game questions from your mom or hitting a walk-off home run?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think the whole thing made the day special. But it's only once in a lifetime that you get to talk about with your mom asking you questions on in game, and obviously it had to work out where I wasn't even starting at that game, and I was able to just kind of really focus on the interview, and so. It was just a really special day overall, and I definitely had to learn my strike zone when facing mom, because as you can see there, I learned that I couldn't hit balls, so I needed to swing at strikes a little bit better with that swing and miss right there. So no, she's so influential in my life. She still is, and I'm just so happy that we were able to share that moment together, and then obviously cap it off the way we did last night. She was so happy. I had all these texts from her, and she was like, I don't know how you do it because I can't keep up with all these texts. She's like, I'm famous now. All these people are texting me and telling me that they saw me on ESPN, and then we hit the walk off, and it made such a story that I couldn't have even wrote it up any better.
Absolutely awesome. And yes, mom giving you questions, the walk-off home run. You know what's awesome, though, is you guys, the Mets, have 4 walk-off wins this year, and you're tied for league lead. Why is that?
Yeah, I think, we play a lot of close games with being in Citi Field. It's a little bit more of a pitcher's ballpark, especially early in the year. And so you're going to play a lot of one-run games. And so that gives you the opportunity for some walk-off hits at the bottom of the ninth. And so I think it just speaks to the resiliency of this team. We're a team that just tries to never quit until the last pitch, and that never say die attitude. We'll look to continue that, but also would love to blow some people out here pretty soon. That'd be great.
That's right.
For sure. First of all, Brandon, I gotta say, your mom has top 5 nickname ever. Windmill Wilma is incredible.
Wind up Wilma. Yeah.
Why? Say it 5 times fast. I can't say that.
Wind up Wilma. Wind up Wilma. Wind up Wilma. I know.
Hey, but you guys are loaded with nicknames on your team. You guys got animals all over the place. You got the polar bear. You got the flying squirrel. Do we have any other animal nicknames?
Yeah, well, they back when we were doing the zoo, I was like the golden retriever because I was always smiling all the time, and then I think I'm trying to think of some others. Not right now on this team, but it's hard to get by. Big polar bear Pete and flying squirrel, those are so iconic, such great names, and fit them so well. And so I think just for the fun of it, we just try and keep things light in the clubhouse, and the nicknames help with that. And so I think it's created a nice little brand for Pete and for Squirrel, Jeff, but it's just something that keeps things light, and we always love to joke around with Jeff about it in the clubhouse, and just laugh about it, and so it's something that is able to keep the things light in the clubhouse, and it's something that I really enjoy about a big league clubhouse.
Brandon, you absolutely have golden retriever energy. And speaking of animals, we heard you had a run-in with one when you were snorkeling on your honeymoon?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. A turtle. I had a moment with a turtle, definitely, down in Hawaii. We were in Maui, actually, to be more specific. But I was out snorkeling, and I'm from Wyoming, so I haven't been in the ocean a whole lot, and I got my first taste of snorkeling there, and I was just overwhelmed by all the life that I saw underneath there, and how close it was. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I was swimming along, and I was just watching everything, and this turtle comes around, and he just turns right in the water and looks dead in my eyes, and I just had this 5-second moment with the turtle where it was we just we connected, and I was like, yeah, I got you, buddy, and you got me. Like I get what's going on right now. We're just enjoying the moment, and I'll just let you be. You just keep living life, buddy. So I had a moment with a turtle, and it just I loved snorkeling and still do if I can get out there and do it. But it really like sealed the deal on so I'm gonna be snorkeling for life.
That is so good. Now, is it a fan now? I want to ask you, are you a fan of Chester the Cheetah? Because you looked amazing this Cheetos Snuggie.
Oh my gosh! You know what? I loved Cheetos when I was younger, and I've had to lay off of them a little bit. Gotta keep the figure and gotta be able to stay on the field. But I loved Cheetos when I was younger, and the hot Cheetos. Yeah, exactly. The hot Cheetos were the best, but they were so hot where you were like frying, but you couldn't stop eating them, because if you stopped eating them, it got even hotter. I don't know if you guys ran into that problem too.
They're not that spicy, Brandon. Come on. They're really not that spicy.
For me, they were. I've got a sensitive palate, but I do love the Cheetos, and I do love that outfit. Have definitely enjoyed that Snuggie. It's very comfortable, but can't use it too much. You can't have too much of a good thing.
Oh, dude, I love that picture of you in the Snuggie. That's great. Speaking of pictures, we live in the digital world nowadays, and Instagram is where we upload our pictures to share a little bit of our life with people. Do you remember your very first IG post?
My very first one? No, I don't.
Yeah.
You have to recall.
We got it for you.
Of it.
Speaking of former teammates, I think is this you and Kevin Pilecki? I believe with the Brooklyn Cyclones.
Gosh, yes, that was me.
We have it somewhere.
Yeah. No, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Me and Kevin. Did we have a little bit of? Oh yes, heck yeah. Oh my, look how skinny I was.
Just baby.
Oh my gosh. Wow, it's amazing to see how much I've grown throughout the years. But I mean, it's been a while now. 2012 that was, I think. And so it's just crazy to think about. I was playing, over in Brooklyn just that long ago, and was starting my career. But yeah, that was the first one. And Jeff Reynolds, he was on my team at that time. He's the one who actually helped me create my You Found Nimmo Twitter handle. And he was like, you've got to create a Twitter, and it's X now, right? But at the time it was Twitter, and he was like, yeah, you've got to have one. And I was like, I don't know, what am I gonna do on there? And he's like, no, you've got to have one just to have it. And so I was like, well, I don't know what my handle should be. And he's like, well, let's play off your last name. So he was a Harvard grad, so he had it going on, upstairs. And I just remember him being like, let's do You Found Nimmo. And so that one went well for a while. And I definitely had a lot of great memories from Brooklyn. And Big Plaw, he was one of my best friends, and it still is. And honestly, we had beds that I remember we stayed at the Holiday Inn. It had bars on the doors and bars on the windows, and our beds were like 4 inches from each other. And I had no concept of this, like coming from Wyoming. I had no idea. I was like, where did we end up? Like, what am I doing here? But we were pretty much like sleeping on the same bed, and so we got really close, and we got to know each other really well over that season. And what a great human being. But it's crazy to think that was that long ago, and that was my first IG post. That's just so funny. But I do love it. Big shout out to Plaw.
Brandon, you don't swear, and we need to learn from you because we have some foul mouths on the show. Can you give me one of your best replacements for a bad word? Just one.
My best replacement, and it's one that I use all the time. And you can ask my wife, you can ask anybody that I've been around, but I stole it from Elf, and it's son of a nutcracker.
Son of a nutcracker.
I use it all the time. And
it's on the graphic. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, perfect. Yes. So, son of a nutcracker is the one that I use all the time. And, it's just a good replacement. Yeah, it just,
Do you ever use that in the batter's box?
Clean.
Like if you ever swing and miss or something,
Oh man, yeah, I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure it's happened. Swing and miss, or like, kind of just like swinging a ball in the dirt. You're like, son of a nutcracker, man. I can't believe I did that, gee willikers, But no, yeah, trying to keep it clean.
Yeah.
There's substitutions out there. But don't pay too close attention to what I say when I'm in the box, don't zoom in on that one.
Well,
no, it's good.
Fiddlesticks, Brandon. We have to let you go.
That's a perfect one.
We have to let you go, but before we let you go, we have Secret Santos. This is a part of the show where you tell us a secret about yourself that nobody knows. What is your secret?
I like watching the Great British Baking Show, and we had a beta fish named Paul Hollywood. And unless you've seen the show, you probably don't know who that is. But he's like the world's renowned bread baker, and he's one of the judges on the show, Great British Baking Show. And he has these bright blue eyes that everyone loves, and our beta fish was like bright blue, like these beautiful colors, and so we named him Paul Hollywood.
I love how you tried to say it with the accent first, by the way. You were going to say it in Paul Hollywood's voice. It was coming.
Well, yeah, what do they always say, oh, this is a little stodgy. It's a little stodgy. And I was like, what does that mean? And they came to find out it means like heavy. Like it's like too rich, But like, yeah, you do learn. Hopefully I'll be able to use some of those for London. I'll be able to use some of the like sayings that I've learned from the Great British Baking Show for London.
Aw, shucks, Brandon, we got to let you go. But thanks so much for coming on Intentional Talk. We appreciate the time, and congrats on the big win yesterday and getting to interact with your mom on national television.
Thank you. Yeah, such a blessing. I love it. And thank you guys for having me on. Love the show.